Fallout 219 here. We're going to do a gun video. Instead of me bitching and complaining and talking shit to people, we're going to do a gun video. And I haven't done one of these in a while because I haven't had an opportunity to buy a gun or anything on that level. So to start off with, I look at guns as an investment. When you come onto this channel or you're talking to me in a chat or something, I'm not one of those people that admire guns like the Gucci stuff and the Gucci rifles and all these things with a bunch of holes in them and gold barrels. That's not what you're going to get from this channel. And that's not what you're going to get from me. I look at my guns as tools, not so much toys. That's just the way I look at it in life. Everything that I usually own is used, and it's used quite frankly. Right now, I'm carrying this Smith & Wesson Shield in 45. All my guns I carry, all my guns I take hunting with me. When I'm sitting in a tree stand, I have a sidearm on my hip, or in my little pouch. I've always used these guns for one purpose or another. That's what I do with these guns. I just don't keep them in the safe and admire them when I open my safe to grab something out of there. It's just not how I am in life. Sometimes things come up, and the kids are getting older. They're graduating college, and I just don't see some purposes for guns. And if I can find a picture, I'll throw it up here. I got rid of my 1911, and some people will say that's blasphemy, but it was a Springfield 1911 range officer with competition sights and all the bells and whistles, fiber optic this and that. But it's just one of those guns that sat in my safe. I did take it to Ohio when I had to go support my fellow gun owners to the east of me when tyrannical people got into office some way, somehow. So I went there to go check out MK Outdoor Journal's speech that he had on the steps there. That would be Mike from Budget Guns and Gear. He changed his name. But that's where I went and carried that gun. I've carried it at a couple other rallies. When we went to Ohio, I carried it and met all kinds of people. Jason Stewart, all these guys that you see around the chats. I met those guys from Ohio, and we went and had dinner. But I've carried that gun quite a few times to rallies and a couple of times at a barbecue. That's basically what that gun was. And now that I have my 686, I liked my 686 better than I liked that 1911. Everybody can go fight in the comments about calibers or whatever you want to talk about. But that gun, that would be taking the place of this 1911. I just like that gun a lot more. It's a little bit more comfortable to carry than that 1911 was. If you can believe that. But I look at guns as they serve a purpose. And we came close together, me and this other guy, because in the state of Indiana, we can't do private to private transfers. And then he's a law-abiding citizen. He's got a gun permit. He's got all that stuff. So Lori Lightfoot can go fly a kite when she talks about all the shit she talks about. But we came pretty close to what I paid for that gun. And I got this. This is a Winchester 1400 semi-auto shotgun. This gun's been around for a while. This is back in the day stuff. Go to your local gun shop and go look at a gun that Winchester makes now. I'm going to tell you right now, those guns are made in some other country or Turkey. And then they're imported back in here, and then, they're sold on our shelves. This one, I believe, let me look. I think, yeah, it's made in Connecticut. So there you go. So this is an oldie but goodie. And I kind of... maybe I have a little bit more tendency to be lenient on collecting guns from the past, and this is one of these guns. They've been around forever. I believe they do come in 12 or 20. The only drawback I see of this gun is it's only chambered for 2 3/4. My Stevens shotgun, you can put 2 3/4 or 3-inch loads in there. So there's a little bit of difference. But this thing looks great. It does have a couple of dings on there, but again, this gun's been around longer than some of the other guns that I have in here besides my milsurps. But a lot of people have done things. They modify them, they cut the barrels down, they put all kinds of little doodads on there. So I look at guns as serving a purpose, and this gun's going to serve a purpose. When we really started shooting shotguns out at the farm, and Cindy's brother really got back into shooting his guns because he works a lot. He does a lot of stuff. He's a farmer. He doesn't have a huge chunk of time. But we go out there and shoot clay pigeons. Well, I only had a pump shotgun. These guys were coming in there with semi-autos, all the bells and whistles, the Benelli Black Eagles, all that jazz. You know what I'm saying? And I was getting my ass handed to me. I'm not going to lie. I'm not the greatest shot in the world. Go look at some of my videos. But I can pretty much hold my own. But sometimes I'd short stroke a pump shotgun, and, you know, I get behind. And those guys, they had a little bit more time to squeeze off another round. So that's one of the reasons why I got this gun, is to kind of level the playing fields just a tad bit from what those guys were shooting. I mean, they had just had superior guns to what I had back in the day. So not only am I going to use it for that, turkey season's coming back up. I'm going to use this for turkey season. Here around the area, we've had a lot more drawings for pheasant hunting, for duck hunting, and all kinds of little birds that are out there in society. And I really believe in hunting and the aspects of it, and it's really vital at this point in time, in my opinion, to go out there and experience hunting for the first time. So that's how I look at what I use these guns for. Those kinds of purposes. That's what I want to use these guns for. I want to take them out there. I want to use them, and if I have to, abuse them and make sure they hold up. So that's a couple of reasons why I traded that 1911 away. You know, I would rather have a gun that's going to really serve a purpose for what I needed to do, instead of just sitting in a safe and collecting dust or rust. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not into all the Gucci stuff. I'm not into all the crazy polymer wonders. That's just the way I am. Other people are like that. You see it on all the big gun channels and all that stuff. But it's just not me. I'm more of a, I would call, what everybody calls me, a simpleton. You know what I'm saying? I just like it simple. I like stuff that just works. I like things that are tools that I know I can use, that I know that they're going to work. Just like handguns, man. Everybody wants to put these P80s together and all. I don't have really much time to put together an AR, let alone a gun. I like to go to the gun shop, buy a gun, take it out of the box, run it, make sure it works, and then carry it or use it for whatever little fiasco that I'm going on. So that's how I look at those guns. This one's going to serve a great purpose. I'm going to take it turkey hunting this fall. We've had a good hatching of turkeys lately, so I think I'm probably going to get a good shot at one this year. So I'm going to take this one. Again, there is some drawbacks to these older guns. Like this one, it's only chambered in 2 3/4, and then the sight on it is just a bead sight. If you can see there, that's what you call a bead sight for you novice people out there. The newer shotguns nowadays, they're coming with all the doodads, the fiber optic stuff, even the new Stevens shotguns that you're seeing on the shelves that are kind of redesigned, but they're putting fiber optics on there. And let's face it, folks, I ain't getting no younger. So my eyes are kind of, suffering. For heck's sake, I'm wearing glasses and stuff. So that fiber optic, when I put it on my Stevens shotgun this spring and really put that gun on paper, I shot it a lot better than I have in the past. So hopefully I can get this one off and kind of upgrade it in that kind of feature. But I think that's the only thing I'm going to do with this gun. It's helped me out in shooting something to put in my freezer, and hopefully we can have a good Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner coming down the line. So, I don't like I don't like trading guns and sharing the wonders that come with them for nothing. Trading a gun for a gun is great. Trading a gun for a gun and some cash is even better. And that's what I did with that 1911 to acquire this. We came pretty close on what I paid for that gun. Me selling a gun outright for cash, I don't quite like doing that, because you never know what's going to come up. Just recently, I had a screw in my tire that I picked up along the road. I had to pay for that. So in the end, these guns always hold a value. For you people that are novice or in your infancy of owning firearms, unless the coof stays around and it gets even worse than what we saw this past year or two, guns aren't going to hold the value of what you buy them for, but they're always going to hold some type of value. And that's what I've been doing. I'm looking further down the road. I might not be in this humble abode, might be somewhere else. And that's why I'm kind of downgrading stuff and getting rid of some gold and silver along the way to have some of that fiat currency that I'm probably going to have to need down the road. And guns is a great thing that I can do with that, is, trade these guns in for something that I'm really going to use it for, where I'm going to probably need it in the future. And then if I don't quite need it, it'll always be there to retain some kind of value so I can get something out of it. So if you only got one gun, it's not a great time to sell your gun right now. Again, it's up to you to do what you want. It's your stuff. But I mean, I've got all kinds of different guns that really don't serve a purpose. And if you can see behind me, there's another one boxed up. I think I'm going to start looking at it at that aspect of what I need in the times that we live in today. Hopefully it gets better, and then we can kind of get back on that track of buying some of these wonders that come out. I mean, the new gun that came out, that M&P Smith & Wesson M&P shotgun that they put together, that's interesting. Is it something I need? I don't know. I think it might be a tad bit better than my self-defense shotgun that I have. So maybe that's something I'll look into. But right now, nothing's really innovated. I mean, how many Hellcat designs or 365 designs do I need in my safes? I don't need a ton of those things. I already have guns that will, that will serve that kind of purpose, that kind of duty carry, conceal and carry purpose. So that's how I look at firearms. What can I use this thing for? Am I going to use it a lot? Is it going to be really beneficial to have this gun and hold on to it? Or is it going to be those safe queens that just sit there? In time, they do collect a value. All my milsurp stuff, I was researching it the other day. A lot of my milsurp stuff has gone up $150, $200. So that's always a plus. That's always a plus for my milsurp stuff. And if I am going to probably buy a new gun in the future, it's probably going to be like something like military surplus. I mean, the Biden administration is doing a lot of wild things now, especially with the banning of importation of some types of ammunition. What will make them, stop the importation of firearms from other countries? That's pretty much all they can do right now, without going through Congress and going through a bunch of other litigation. So I'm looking down the road, not only for things that are going to happen in my life, but in gun culture. So I'm really trying to separate some aspects out of life. And this is one of the things that I did. I got a gun that I'm going to use, that's going to serve a purpose, that if I had to, I could use this thing for self-protection. But it's really, I believe, going to shine when I'm going out there and I'm hunting, trying to put food on the table, trying to stack the freezer up so I don't have to fight the lines at the grocery store, things of that nature. That's what I look at with the majority of guns that I have. Unfortunately, just like the gun over my other shoulder there, that one's going to go because I have another rifle that is more than capable and can fill that role. Plus, the ammunition is more readily available. That's how I kind of put things together here is, am I going to buy a gun that's really cool, but the ammunition is very limited for that type of gun? Or am I going to buy a gun where the ammunition is readily available, even if I have to pay a couple bucks over the price that it usually is, it's still there on the shelf? A lot of people are having trouble finding calibers for their guns still to this point. I mean, 9mm showing back up, but 357, sometimes 38 special and 380 are really hard to find. But I can, again, go find some 9mm. I can go find shotgun shells. I can find these things that are going to be a little bit more available than other calibers. So that's kind of how I judge it. So I can't wait to shoot this thing. The action works well. It works well. As we get closer to turkey season this fall, we'll take it out. We'll put this thing on paper, see how well I can shoot it. Again, I'm only shooting 2 3/4 loads, so it's nothing like a 3-inch or a Magnum. Magnum load that usually you go turkey hunting with. You pop a turkey with a lot of different other stuff. You'd be surprised, even a crossbow. So I'll be fine if one comes in the sights of this gun, and hopefully I'll have a little bit of food to put on the freezer or celebrate a holiday with coming up here soon. So that's a little insight on this gun. Again, as we get closer to the season, we'll take it out there, we'll shoot it, we'll see how it patterns, we'll see what loads it likes. I got umpteen amount of shotgun shells to put through this gun to see what it likes, and when it finds something it likes to cycle through, that will probably be the load that I use to shoot this shotgun. So there's a little bit of backstory on what happened to the 1911, why I didn't care if it left or not, because I'm getting something in return, which is another gun that's going to hold some type of value and be really proprietary for what I needed to do out in this crazy world we live in. So stay tuned. We're going to have to get out there sooner or later and put some rounds on here. Again, it's in pretty good shape. You can find all kinds of different videos on the 1400s. Again, they've been around for a while. I call them the Stevens and slash, savages of their time. They're very inexpensive. Again, if I can find some of this stuff, you can find it. You just got to look for it. So that's what I got for the 1911. I know it's going to break people's hearts, but that's okay, because you do what you have to do and I'm going to do what I have to do. And maybe somewhere down the line, I'll buy another 1911. With all that jazz being said, I'd like to thank my old and my new subscribers, just the people that zipped through. I greatly do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to everybody that you watch on YouTube. That helps a lot. It helps with the algorithm, and it helps to kind of boost them up there. Because let's face it, YouTube they wiggle around gun content quite often. Another thing that I'm going to push is Patreon. And I don't do this a whole lot. Some people can't even find it. But if you have the opportunity to do it, hey, I say I welcome your support. If you're still under the thumb of some of these tyrant people out there that control states and the cocoa that's running rampant all over the place, save your money, put it in your pocket, use it for your family, use it for yourself, for the things that you need to survive. The hurricane is bearing down on Louisiana. I understand a lot of people that watch the channel are from these portions. Save that money, put it in your pocket, go buy some water, definitely buy a generator. Be prepared for things that come up in life. Hurricanes are no joke. And again, you never know what's going to happen in life. But if you do want to join Patreon, I'll put it down in the description. A lot of people can't find it, again, because I don't push it often, and I don't put it in the description of a lot of my videos too often. So if you want to do that, come on over. You'll get a little bit of perks on there. I send them out every month to everybody. They'll be waiting for their next perks here coming up at the end of August here. So stay tuned for that. Do I have anything else? I don't think I have anything else. Wednesday nights, 9:30, 10-ish is Rants and Raves. If you want to come see me and Night Strike bitch and complain about stuff that happens in life. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. Especially with Afghanistan and unfortunately the soldiers that we lost. That is their job. I believe they did a tremendous job. Think about their families. Think about their families. Thinking about the people that are still there doing their job. May they have soft triggers and they aim straight. Other than that, like always, guys, we'll catch you on the next one.